This is a kind of
Simon, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Good
Cheers.
luck.
Hi, thank you.
Oh, we're missing Ryan. Why are we missing someone?
Yes, we're missing one.
So it's kind of like a little bit of ice breaking, so I get to know each other, just because not necessarily everyone here has met or played with Mick before, and I only met Lockie like 2 weeks ago or something like that. So
no one really liked Brett. So.
I like
that's a bit
I
hard.
trust the grand man to say that. Is that okay? 'Cause I'm full of it. From the country.
I guess.
Alright, so
I went there first, right?
I come up with a bunch of questions that I did kind of something like this for the ETC team, just because I had met some of the people in the ETC team I've never met in my life before, and it just kind of gets us on the same same wavelength, something like that. So the questions are: tell us a little about yourself. What got you in 40k? Do you play anything else? What's something you're pretty good at? That's not 40k, and some other questions about the ETC. So, kind of going around, and if you want, I can start so you guys can think, because I know how these things go. So, tell us a little about yourself. I'm Simon Gojkovic.
How do you say your last name?
Gojkovic.
Like
Goy.
Goy.
We sang it now.
G-O-J.
Goy.
That's
Goy.
Go.
Yeah.
Fish.
Gojkovic.
Yeah.
And so, because you're at my house, you pretty much know my life. 4 kids, wife, work for the government, designer by trade, research and designer. That's pretty much it. Cool.
So, what are the questions?
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Luke. I play 40k. I started when I was like, I don't know, 10, 12, dropped out during high school, came back around. Been playing Eldar since then. And then for work, I work as a scientist, a researcher. And hobbies outside 40k, I just love video games and a bit of sport every now and then. Maybe. Video games. Primarily.
Yeah.
I'm Lachlan. Playing 40k for bought about 15 Dark Elven models back in when I was 10 or 12. Played for 6 months, got bored of it. Started again in about 2014. Got confused that there were 2 different Eldars. And so when I bought I hadn't found my old models, and then I bought new ones. I thought, hey, Eldar, that sounds familiar. Bought Eldar stuff, got home, eventually found my old models. Oh crap, they're actually a different faction. And yeah, been played originally with a few uni mates. Got in, eventually went into the Games Workshop one day. Preston started talking to me. He's like, hey, we run. It wasn't actually a bad thing. I'd already bought what I wanted. He didn't actually try and sell me anything more.
He was groovy.
They're definitely on video.
Yeah. and yeah, he's like, oh yeah, we run tournaments, you should come in. I came in for a tiny hammer. I played a 1500 point Maelstrom thing. It was Eldar in 6th edition, or maybe it was 7th, I don't know. I ran lots of scatter lasers. I beat a couple of people who didn't really know what they were doing, and then I lost a couple of people who didn't know what they were doing, and kind of stuff. I played him fairly early on. A very fun match there. Outside of 40k, I'm an engineer. I work for a consultancy. I primarily work in sewage treatment. I also work in a bit of water treatment, but I work at lots of poo plants, and I've heard all the shit hits the wall jokes I could possibly think of.
We'll come back because
I was trying to answer all of my rounds.
No, I only did the first one, and then Luke went and did all 4 questions in one go.
That's what I said. What are the questions?
Well, I've got more to say.
I'm Denis. I think I know most of you guys met me today. I'm a dentist by trade. I started 40k properly. I did a little bit as a kid, as everyone did. Started properly when I was in dental school and realised I was retarded with my hands, so I started painting. Met this guy at GW, ran me through a game, and for about a year and a half now I've been playing games. So yeah, that's it.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm Mick. So I grew up Gold Coast, Brisbane. Always loved Lego. My cousin had a massive box of White Dwarfs. I remember looking through and just looking at all the models, like, shit, these look cool. First box I bought was a box of Eldar Guardians. I painted them in about 10 minutes, like Howling Griffins, just like corded straight. They just looked like absolute shit. And then I mainly played Warhammer Fantasy Battle for years. Like, I found that strategically really good, played pretty competitively, and did really well with that. That's how I met Eric and Holden and stuff. And then when they changed to Age of Sigmar, it was basically get on 40k. So I live in Stanthorpe, I'm a farm butcher, so there's not many people who play Warhammer out in the bush. Outside of that, I do my army reserves, love shooting, hunting, that kind of thing. Bigs when they get a chance, but because I can't play, I'm often trying to nag you guys just on Messenger and stuff, seeing what you're up to, what you're thinking, and then trying to follow as much of the competitive scene as I can online, so what they're doing in Europe, what they're doing, because it's just, I find Warhammer's a really good way to, whenever I'm bored, I just think about Warhammer, like, yeah, so making heaps of mistakes, learning lots, and just really enjoying this sort of environment where I can ask questions and see what you guys are doing, and just see other people who are actually interested in that side of the game, because a few guys that I do play with are just like complete tools. Like, I can't even like bring like anything remotely competitive and have a fun game. It's just so boring running and I feel like I'm at Games Workshop running new people through the game. They just don't get it. So it's nice to come in here and get smashed.
Hey guys, I think my claim to fame is I think I'm the oldest member of the team.
I'll be dead.
Hey,
I
I'll be dad.
I was the oldest in the team last year.
Yeah, so let's just say I'm over 40. So I've been playing since I was 19. A mate of mine got me into it. I remember that first game. He had orcs and space wolves, and we put the models up on the table, and I just went, "Fuck, this is fantastic!" And I've played ever since. So a little bit about me. I've got 5 kids. For work, I actually work for a not-for-profit. I work in the HR team in that organisation, and I love big murder machines. I love monsters, and I love knights. Yeah.
I'm Liam, to the one person I met today. Hey Mick.
Yeah.
Everyone else knows me well. Outside of playing 40k, I'm a doctor. I work at Ipswich Hospital at the moment in psychiatry, which I've actually found a bit of an interest in. So in the future, I may want to do forensic neuropsychiatry in the long run. It's something that I really enjoy. I started playing 40k in first year uni. I played the Dawn of War games for, to be honest, my entire childhood.
Yep.
I was legit. I used to have a gigantic box Dell PC that I nicked from my granddad's. He gave it to me because he can't spell computer. And he's actually dyslexic. But anyway,
It's still funny.
We're joking.
It is funny, but he actually
Everyone's pulled back a bit.
so he gave me the computer, and I ended up playing on like the lowest graphic settings, like those Dawn of War games, and fell in love with it. And I was 17, and somebody said, my friend at the time said to me, "Did you know this is actually a tabletop game? We've been playing it for 12 years. I had no fucking idea. So I went into a Games Workshop, and now I'm a crack addict. I'm trying to reform a little bit. now I'm here. Looking forward to ATC.
How much are you spending on going over to ATC again? What's that reforming part?
Enough.
Okay. I'm doing the ETC and ATC.
And I've seen your collections. There's no reforming for you.
He's too far down the road.
Yes, Simon can call himself an international athlete because he's playing for the Australian team in the European Team Championships. You're an international athlete.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do we have a
This one
team
at
help
Trent?
player?
So you played for a different team last year?
Yeah.
Did you play for a different team over there last year?
I played for Australia
It
and
was
in
Australia.
Greece, yeah.
Yeah.
And in Greece.
In Greece, yeah.
Yeah.
So ETC in 2016, not last year, because we only go every second year.
Yeah.
So 2016 we played in Greece, but I was just a player.
Yeah.
And helping divvy up some matchups in the organisation, and then this year I'm captain.
Who was captain last time?
Diffie, Joshua Diffie. He's the he was not this
Down
year,
on the Ferries
but
fella.
Victorian captain. Nice guy.
Down on the ferries guy.
Yep. I've got Brian's answer, so I'll just go over because I gave them to Brian, just so. Brian.
Hi,
He's
Brian.
right here. Hi, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
What a
Victor
good-
Bryan.
It's a lot smaller than I remember.
You'll take offense to that.
So Brian, he said he randomly went into GW at Mangravat one day and thought it was kind of cool. Met Liam, and for his first game, got kicked in the ass. So I think the origin story for a few of the people here is they met you, you kicked their ass, and they still want to play. That means you're an okay person to play.
Some of them had a break.
I definitely remember my break.
Example is Ben. Ben came in, I met Ben at GW once, and his first thought about me was, wow, he's a nasty word child there. He said that, and then I didn't see him for 6 months, and he's now my best mate. So that goes to show.
So for me, just to wrap around, because I'll get into some of the other questions. So what got me into 40k was looking at a White Dwarf when I was in year 9 or year 10. This was back in 2nd edition. I read that one White Dwarf like 4 or 5 times, and I was like, I love this. And my friend had a Tyranid Codex, gave it to me, and then just started the army building component of it. Just the kind of computation type thing. Just the army list building was something that really got into me. I didn't play for the first year. I just literally read the Tyranid Codex and bought White Dwarfs. Then played 2nd edition, 3rd, dropped out at the beginning of 4th, and came back at the very end of 5th, 6th, 7th, etc., etc. And I don't play any other miniature game really. I used to play chess when I was competitive chess in high school, and I play video games, as I'm sure every single one of us do. So, what is something that you're pretty good at that most people don't know about? We'll start with Mr. Brian here. We'll start with Brian.
No answer.
He said he's pretty good, decent at drawing. So that's something that he said he's pretty good at. That's not 40k. That most people don't necessarily know about him. We'll go back the other way.
One thing that a few of you probably didn't know about me is I'm a snowboarder. When I was in high school, I got registered as a snowboarding instructor in Niseko, Japan. I'm level 2. That means anything to anyone.
Level 1.
Yeah.
Unless level 1's the beginning. No,
around
level 1's
when you started.
You actually don't. But
I'm
anyway.
level ACL damage, so it's...
I was fortunate enough as a kid to go once or twice a year for pretty much my entire childhood, and I really, really enjoyed it. And it's probably the sport that I'm best at.
Excellent.
No. Well, I normally say what people don't get about me is I'm an absolute geek and I play 40k. People don't normally get that. But in this room, I'm surrounded by fellow crack addicts. So that's my main thing that I do.
Now you've got to pick something.
Now I'm going to pick something nationally because after snowboarding and this guy's going to, I'm going to like kill stuff. Because he's a butcher that likes to use guns. So.
That's pretty much mine. I just love shooting.
Yeah, nah. So look, the thing that I actually genuinely think I'm good at is being a dad. So I absolutely love my family. Having my kids at this age is the best thing in my life. They're ranging at the moment from 9 to 16, and that is the biggest focus for me.
That's awesome. Well, for my job, I've managed to find a job where I get to kill shit every day and get paid for it. So, if you couldn't tell by the giant meat carcasses, that is my display picture. That's what I do for a living. So.
I was going to ask you about that at some point.
I was unsure what you looked like.
So it's a body of beef that I've slaughtered that's about to go into the cold room.
So, like, team nickname, are you thinking?
The butcher.
The
butcher.
I'll write it down as your nickname.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
That's a cool.
I was happy with Big Head. But yeah.
Right. Some of you know I do a bit of martial arts stuff. Been doing Taekwondo for 16 years. So I actually teach on Tuesday and Thursday nights. Competed internationally. About to go straight after ATC. Go to Sydney. There's a World Cup that Australia's hosting, so I'm competing in that. So need to lose some weight. Hammers doesn't help. But yeah, cool.
I guess some people know this, but I'm pretty good generally at sport. I play about 6, 7 different sports if you count skiing. So my main ones I play are netball, basketball and tennis. I also play cricket, touch football and volleyball, and skiing is the second one. I've represented Australia in netball. I'm a training partner this year for the Australian men's netball team. The week after we go to Perth. I go to either Melbourne or Canberra. I've got 3 training camps. One's in like 2 weeks, one's straight after, and one's about a month after that. So I go with the Australian men's netball team for that. So.
Sweet.
Excellent.
Sweet. Things that I'm good at.
PUBG.
You're excellent.
I was
Recycling command points.
yes, that was the most sixes I've ever rolled in my life. But yeah, PUBG top 0.5%.
What would you say?
PUBG. It's PlayerUnknown's background. It's a computer game.
Okay.
It's like a shooter, competitive shooter.
Weren't you like top in Australia for a while at Counter Strike, right?
No, it was hard. But I'm good at sport too.
I also
Actually.
No, I used to play soccer. Still do.
Alright. Yeah. Back in high school, I used to play soccer, play for the district, but the thing I mentioned already, the chess thing, I played for Queensland. But anyway, I played very reasonably to very competitive chess within Queensland, not for Australia, but just within Queensland, all throughout high school, and primary school and high school. And I was captain of our high school team in grade 9. Which I thought was cool. Just that, like, and that only lasted for a few years, and then we got a player that was a bit better than me, who I was second seed, and that was the first, and it's like, pressure going. When you're in year 9 and you're kind of not bossing around, but, you know, captaining a team when everyone else is kind of year 11 and 12, it's like, well.
I remember playing, my dad was a principal, so I was captain of the chess team. We went to a big tournament at Somerset with all the other schools, and we won, and we were like, yeah, we're heroes. And then we went and did a chess comp at Rabina Town Centre, and we all just got absolutely annihilated. Just like real big fish in a little pond. And then we went to the big pond, and we just got hammered.
Yeah, I played with my school team as well. I had the same, similar to you. I had one guy, I was pretty good, but my guy was actually reasonably good. And we went to a few comps, but then we did well for our first couple, and then we started going into bigger comps, and we got smashed. So,
alrighty. Time is it? We'll probably only just do 5 or 10 more minutes of this, and then we'll get into the next round. So, what does for ATC? What got you interested in the kind of team type events? I know this might be. I'll just talk about this, and you can all just say same or whatever, just to code. But for me, team events are always about the camaraderie ship. I don't know how to actually pronounce that word. Does anyone?
Camaraderie and mateship.
there's a guy from
and going and kind of experiencing something as a team is something that I've always enjoyed, from doing all the Titans events to all the ATC and ETC. Just the event itself, I noticed, especially in Greece, like the event itself is kind of, it's not so much a challenge, it's still enjoyable. But it's like the accumulation of all this time, and the accumulation is actually the more interesting part. And then the trip over and the kind of stuff that you do outside the event. The event itself, and you might notice this when you do it, but I've now done this for 5 times. These really big events. It's almost kind of like bittersweet, because it's like, it's just like a normal event, and all the lead up was the actual interesting bits. And then once it's kind of finished, you're going, oh, thank Christ that's finished, because it's kind of like everything done. But it's still, the lead up, while that might be the most interesting bit, is still really, really good. Anyone else want to add anything else?
Yeah, I've played in this type of event when I went to ETC, so back in 2012. Now the thing about it is, like, playing together is awesome, and it's okay to go, yeah, I'll get thrown under the bus and know that you're going to have a really bad game. You're doing it for everyone else, and that just totally changes it as well. And it's just fun playing together, so it's good.
I've never done a team event before, so I guess my big jump in it is I come to sort of just Brisbane events, and I've got to know like a fair few faces like Eric and Hayden and all those sorts of guys, and it's always awesome just seeing like their progress and their journey as they go do ETC and they do ATC, and it's just there's always the same sort of handful at every event I go to, and they're like the competitive guys that know each other, that play games against each other, that normally end up winning, but they do it with a lot of fun as well. And I guess it's just like wanting to be a part of that that circle and that little team where you get to know all the guys real well, and improve my game, but also just have fun. Like I'm really enjoying this part of it where it's just chewing the fat a bit. Because I don't get to do this at a tournament. I don't have this sort of downtime between games, or I don't want to go talk to people while they're playing a game because they're trying to concentrate on their game. So it's nice to actually get to know some guys like a bit better in a less stressful environment.
Yeah, I guess I'll add to that just briefly. Same thing. As I said, I've been to a fair few tournaments around here. I met most of you guys through tournaments. I know I sat down and had lunch with you after a game. It's been fantastic. Done the same thing with you, and that's what I like. And I sort of saw that the team tournament offered a lot of that over a longer period of time, that I could get more involved. And as I said, being friends with those guys who will know what they're doing and will help me get better. And
all right, and is there... Sam? Yeah, that's right. And last question, is there anything that you want to kind of talk about just briefly, or you want to get out of this personally? Or you just want to kind of let everyone else know?
I've done a couple of team events. I did 3 Titans, I'm pretty sure, and I was the captain for all 3 Titans for our little small man team. I am really looking forward to going to a team event and not having to stress about that, so welcome to that, because I really enjoyed it, but especially when we played Eric and Nico and Walduck and that team, and I nearly had a brain aneurysm trying to work out how that was going to pan out, and we just lost all of them anyway. So I'm happy to go to an event and not have to stress, have some more fun.
That's right. Alrighty. Thank you very much. That was hopefully very useful. Just to get to know each other a little bit. All right, next round.